right in his views, he's also charged with stabbing.
He's nervous and perfidious, his knowledge is insidious. In fact, his mannerisms for you is absolutely hideous.
Excuse me. I'm going to search you. I'll smash you.
I object. We all object to the light up.
I object to. And here's exactly where this one was going. So I just picked this up from Goodwill for $6.99. It's Olivetti Underwood 21, and you might see a lot of missing keys. The only reason this margin release is on here is I just put that one on it. I wanted to see if what I had would even fit. What I took with actually was a shift key, and it didn't fit because the bar is thicker than the one I brought with. The one I brought with is the same diameter as that, off of a 33. Anyway, this is why people say, why don't typewriters have more than one key? Because key choppers do this. And they're not just doing it to the old glass typewriter keys or whatever you want to call them. They're doing it to the newer school stuff here. So, now I haven't done a typewriter in a while, and you know, if I go and I see something, I pass on it more likely than not. But because this thing was so bare and it had not a chance in hell, I bought it. So $6.99, and look at this now. And I mean, there's not a spot of, you can tell by the felt, there's not a pencil eraser shaving, nothing. I mean, this just sat. It's just clean. The ribbon spools did not turn. Now, I haven't done much with it except get it home here, but I wanted to do this video because not having any keys on it, and just wanted to show that off. But so the ribbon spools that were in there, you know, the $6.99. Hell, that's worth the two metal spools if you got them with it. You know, dead old ribbon. The ribbon's old and sticky, so I thought, well, the stickiness was probably why they weren't turning. I'll take a chance on it. I'm not that way. And, you know, then the ribbon nuts that came to hold it down. All that alone is worth the $6.99 right there. I mean, so a lot of people are like, you know, oh, don't buy one unless it does everything absolutely perfect. Yeah, that's not me. If I see a perfect one out there, more likely than not, I'm leaving it for somebody to enjoy. Somebody had already been in this thing. It had the piece of paper already jabbed up in there. This piece of paper came with it. So I knew it took paper at the store. I did test that. But yeah, somebody did their test and decided, they'll leave it. What the hell? You know. The thing is mint. Nothing. I mean, it is mint in there. The only gunk on any of the keys is from probably me just pounding on them now. Everything moves, right? The carriage moves down like it should. We have a margin release button that I've put on, so you know yeah, you know what I'm talking about. The margins themselves, you know, I heard the bell ding there. You got these guys, which paper supports back there. Nothing's bent, nothing's weird back there. The bell is quiet, but you know the margin stops work. And so, like I said, I had to make sure the ribbons would turn. So after taking off the bottom plate, which is nothing more than four little rubber feet. The top half of the case, mind you, for a Goodwill, the top half of the case is missing. So here this thing was sitting out there, bare open, ready for the next electronic to fall on it, you know, in the electronics department, if you've ever seen how they're organized at Goodwill. So I put some, let me see if I can find this picture here. Yeah, here. That's the picture of her on the shelf at the store. I mean, I pulled it out from down there, but just all that other electronics just hanging out by it. I got under here. So after taking the bottom off, the four the 4 feet are rubbery and they're perfect. They're not all dry and hard or nothing weird. You know, it's raining out today, so in Wisconsin here. And again, perfect. I mean, clean as you could want for an old typewriter to take on for a project. You know, the string isn't broke. The carriage moves fine. But here was the problem. I guess that my problem solution for this was right here. So after monkeying with moving the, you know, from the top you'd be flipping ribbon reverse left and right. I got that all set to, it's still a little gummy. And that allows the gears to slide into place with the stems that go up to the spools. Well, here, which you can't even see, but all these fine little grooves in this gear next to where the teeth are that mate to the ribbon spool gear itself, there's a little pawl, a little arm, okay? And that little arm has about 3 little grooves in it. And it was sitting down on the gear assembly here. Well, here's the gear, but on these little grooves here, and it wasn't taking, it wasn't catching and feeding because of being gummed up. So even after squirting it, I still had to work the mechanism quite a bit, and then it freed up and it started to feed. So then that was my only hang-up. If it didn't, you know, I can pass up on the keys, but I didn't want to go into a bunch of work. I thought, well, for $6.99, I'm not going to put any time in it. But if I can get the ribbons to turn, and here, and you can see that spool's turning now on that side. And then if you want to flip it to the other side, you go like that, and now you'll see this side turning. If it's in the camera here. There. So that was it. Just a little bit of odorless turpentine. You know, she feeds paper. You can get 1, 2, 3, 4 line space. Here's 0, so that when you turn it, it's just no action. You go to 1, 2, or 3, or 4, you got your line spacing. So I think it's a saver. I think it'll survive. I did have to put that little spring right here back in its hole. That's just where the lid mounts down, but it holds this tooth here down in the front. So I don't think it's going to be, you know, and it's metal. That's the thing. It's not plastic. This case on this thing, the body on it, cast alloy material, but there's the pathetic sight right there of what the key choppers do to us here. They were nice enough to leave this tab set little knuckle here. How kind, huh? This little plastic round tip. They did leave that. Apparently that wasn't worth nothing to them, but and the space bar. They left that. Bastards. Have a good day, everybody. Stay safe.